Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. So I'm going to share with you the trades that I took during Thursday and Friday. Alright, Thursday and Friday price action on NQ, and I'm going to show you the importance of saving your bullets. Alright, so a lot of times when we open the chart and start the trading session and we can't find a setup, alright, we try to find a setup, but price action is not suitable for our systems, whatever system you are using. So we get anxious, we get caught in the moment, thinking like there are not going to be any more setups and I need to take a trade, and all these irrational thoughts that crosses your mind. So for example, if you go to Friday price action, right? Let's go to Friday price action, and this is what happened during New York session. This is 10 a.m. all the way to, let's say, 4 p.m., right? Look what happened. Small range, price basically had no setups, all right? At least not in time frames like the 1, the 3, the 5, right? You could have scalps, I don't know, 1 hour trades, but too risky. A range. Basically, we were stuck in a really tight range, not the kind of range that you can take trades from the bottom and from the top and play the ping pong sit-ups, but a very tight range, and it is almost impossible to find trades here. And look what happened the very next day, from 10 a.m. all the way to, let's say, 4 p.m. A really nice uptrend was forming to the upside, clear direction. You can see that this uptrend right here is, everybody can see it. We break structure from here, we have sweeps, break, another break from here, right? Another sweep, and then a continuation sweep, another break of structure, continuation sweep, another break, and then topping into this imbalance on the 1 hour, right? And the zone from here, and the EMA, and then we had a nice rejection. So here you can play, you can find a lot of setups to go upward, and then riding this trend down. All right, this is the 15-minute. The 1 minute is going to be full of nice continuation trades. But look what happened during Thursday. All right, so imagine you wasted all your bullets on this price action and you went into deep drawdown. What do you think will happen the next day? First of all, you will be in deep drawdown, and all of your thinking is to recover. So you're not going to be in that neutral mental state where you're taking the setups available for you, but all you're going to focus on is just recover at least half the loss. All right. Also, you're going to be too scared to take trades because of what happened from yesterday and you didn't close the chart. In other words, this day can affect this day. All right, but if you sense that this is not suitable price action for you, and not after the fact, you can sense it at the first hour or two, usually at the first 2 hours from 10 a.m. all the way to 12 p.m. you can see where price is going. And if we go to the 5 minute from that day, I took a setup right here, and I'm going to show you all the trades that I took. I took one setup, and this is the setup that I was looking for. I saw that price is started trading to the upside, and I was targeting the highs from here. All right, and we had this nice leg to the upside, so basically I wanted to play the continuation to the upside. So I saw a continuation sweep at that time, and I thought to myself, if we break this imbalance, we're gonna trade to the upside, especially after these rejections from it. So you can see how many rejections. So if we break it, we're likely to trade to the upside. So I take the trade around here, I believe. My stop loss was around here. And then I was targeting something like this. And based on the previous price action, you can see the price legs right here. They have a lot of momentum, right? So I was expecting a similar price leg, but this is not what happened. We basically lost momentum, right? So what I did is I basically cut my trade here. I got out at the break even, right? Because this was not worth it anymore. All right. The best option for me now is just get out of this trade. I don't care if it's gonna be a winner. I'm a scalper and I don't like my scalps to be too long. All right, so I thought to myself, this is not worth it anymore. I closed at break even and I came back the next day, and here's the trade. You can see from here I took a long here, I took another long here, and then price just kept trading in a range and I had to close a break even. And then after 3 hours or 4 hours, it basically hit the stop loss. But now if we go to the next day, look at price and how it was so easy to read. Like I said, continuation sweeps, another break of structure, continuation sweeps, a break of structure. So my idea from here, before this continuation sweep happened, I was longing this. This was my idea. We already have the continuation sweep. I wasn't expecting one, although it can definitely happen, and it did happen. So I was targeting that 1 hour imbalance like this. But what happened is that price decided to do another continuation sweep. All right. So the first trade was a loser, but I cut my trade around here. So it was only half the loss, because this is not a usual behavior of price when it's gonna reject from here, right? When price rejects from a zone like this and the pullback, and to finish the pullback and do another expansion, we don't usually have this strong momentum candle. So it was obviously that we're gonna go to this low. So based on the trend and the higher time frame targets, I knew that there's gonna be only a continuation sweep, meaning we're gonna have a V-shaped recovery like always. So we're gonna have a nice opportunities here to long, right? And also after topping into that imbalance, right? And we have rejections from, again, we have that 1 hour zone to the left, the imbalance, and the EMA 100 rejecting price. I also took a nice trade from here. So if we go to, this is the buy from that zone, from that 5-minute zone, and I had to close it here for only half the loss. Price continued to the downside and did the continuation sweep, all right, and did that continuation sweep. I took 2 scalps here that was on NQ. I'm gonna show it to you. So here we go. We have that sweep from here, right? This one. I took a nice trade from here, close it here, and this was 1-to-1. Another trade here, beautiful trade, another 1-to-1, you can see. And then I took another long on micro NQ from here and closed it manually here. So on the AM session, that was 1 loss, 3 winners. And then on the PM session, there was a really nice trade, and the logic behind it was simple. We were rejecting from that imbalance, and we have a really nice trend going on. You can see the continuation sweeps here, right? If you go to the 1 minute, I was targeting the imbalances here and the low. So nice continuation sweeps. We have another one right here into this imbalance, and I took the trade from here and I close it around here. Beautiful trade, a textbook trade. Here's that sweep, all right, and then we closed below a zone from here, and I took the trade scalp, but I might have closed a bit early, but I was up 4% on the day. So you can see from yesterday break even to 4% on the day, and this could never happen if I consumed all my bullets here and my mental energy here, and then I would be too scared to participate in this. So the lesson from here, not just technical analysis, but if you sense like you don't understand price on a particular day, on a particular session, if you feel like you're not in the zone, price is rangy and it takes forever to go to your TP or even your stop loss, get out of that trade, close the chart, and the next day is likely to be a good day. If not, there's always going to be other days, because sometimes we see not trading, being flat for the day is like we're missing out on something, Like, we need to take trade in order to make progress. But if you really analyze your past performance, you will see that those trades or those days where you forced setups slowed your progress tremendously. And you will find yourself in the good days, you're only recovering the losses that you have made in the bad days like this. So trade smart and not hard. And now if you have any other questions, you can always DM me in my Twitter account or leave a comment down below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. Now happy trading and good luck.